Hey there, KB. We are about to start one of our most important parts of math in the entire school year, and I'm super excited about it. What we're going to start learning about is called addition. Can you say addition? Good. So you'll hear me say the words addition or adding or add, and they all kind of mean the same thing. And on my whiteboard here, I have the word adding, which I just said, and two stars around it to show that adding means that we are going to put together. Put together. That's what I want you to think about in your mind. When we are adding, we are taking two sets of things, or two numbers, and putting them together to get more. And we're going to start that today. And during this time, over the next few lessons and at school with me, you're going to learn all different new words and new ways to write numbers and add them together. And today's the first lesson for that. And it's a pretty easy one. It's a good way to show you with pictures what adding means. And like we said, it means to put together. We're going to find out how we add and how we find out the answers to when we're adding. So let's check in with Mr. Mouse, see what he has to show us about adding, and find out how we can start to add using a picture to help us get the right answers.
Hey there! Some kids have been leaving pine cones at the petting zoo as bird feeders. Yesterday, Roberto found 3 pine cones. Click Roberto to find out how many pine cones he found today.
Okay, so we've got Mr. Mouse here, and Roberto the bird is finding some pine cones. Yesterday, he found 3. 1, 2, 3. This is our first set of pine cones. They are from yesterday, and there's 3 of them. Let's find out how many Roberto found today.
Wow! Roberto found 2 more pine cones this morning. I wonder how many there are now. I think we need to use addition. It might be easier if we show addition as adding to. Let's go learn more.
Okay, so here's what exactly we are talking about. Our first set of pine cones had 3. They are from yesterday. Our second set of pine cones from today has 2. What we could do is we could add them together. We could put them together and count them all together to have one big group of pine cones, and we could count them all to see how many there are. We're taking 3 and adding in 2. One set of 3, one set of 2, putting them together to get one bigger set, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's check out some more.
3 children are swinging on the swings. 1 more child comes. Let us find out how many children are there now. When you put 2 groups together, you add to find how many there are now. So if there are 3 children on the swings, and 1 more child comes, you will add to find out how many children there are now. Click to count how many children there are now.
Okay, so we're on the swings, and we started with a group of 3. There's 1, 2, 3. This was our first set, and we can write the number 3 to show that. Then 1 more child comes to swing, and we can put a 1 for him because he was not there at the beginning. He's not in the first group. If we wanted to count how many children are swinging all together, that's when we could count them all at once. We're taking 3, we're adding in 1, and we're counting them all together.
1, 2, 3, 4. There are now 4 children on the swings.
So if we take 3 and add in 1, we have 3 and 1, which means we're adding 1 to 3. We can get the number 4. We start with 3, we add 1 more, we end up with 4. Let's do one more together.
There are 2 children playing soccer. 3 more children come. How many children are playing soccer? Select the number that shows how many children are playing soccer.
So let's just start with this first group. These are the children that were playing soccer at the beginning. There's 2 of them. 1, 2. I choose 2.
Good job! 2 children are playing soccer. How many children are being added to the group? Select the number that shows how many children are being added to the group.
So we started with 2, and now we need to figure out how many more joined them. We're not counting them all together yet. We counted our first group. Now we need to count our second group before we can add them all together. So let's look at this group. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to choose 3.
Good job! 3 children are being added to the group. Let's find out how many children there are now. Click to count the children.
Now is when we add. Remember, add means put together. We're taking the 2 from our first group and adding them with our 3 from the second group to get one group that is bigger. Let's count them all together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Select the number that shows how many children are playing soccer now.
So when we counted them all together with our 2 and our 3, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we take 2 and add in 3, we end up with a group of 5.
Good job! 2 and 3 is 5. There are 5 children playing soccer now.
Okay, now you're going to try this on your own. Okay, you're going to do a little practice. You'll start with one picture that has a set of something, and then you're going to add in more with a second number. To figure out the whole total, we add them together and count them all together, just like we did here. I think you're going to do a great job. This is our first real day of adding, and I can't wait to add with you at school.